Hello everyone, I am Randy Suarez, aka Silva today back here with another amazing reaction. This time we're back with some more nostalgia critic, and we're back to his Tombstone review. In honor of Val Kilmer passing away, I thought I react to one of my favorite movies from one of my favorite critics. So it's one of those things that is a very quotable movie, and I still quote it to this day. You know, say when. Okay, bye. I'm your Huckleberry. I wish I had a cowboy hat when I say that, but I quote that from time to time. Okay, but anyway, it's just one of those things that Val Kilmer has been fighting for like sickness for a long time, but still though, from him passing away is like it was a big shock, but at the same time. It's one of those things like at least he ain't suffering no more, right? But anyway, I digress. If you like this content, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Like, comment, and subscribe to your channel. Awesome. I will leave the original link to this video down below so you watch it uninterrupted. Link to my Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Follow me on follow me on those social platforms. Link to my Cashapp. Real gracious enough to donate whatever you want to donate. That's fine. That's fine as well. Sometimes stupid things, but by donating, like, comment, subscribing, and sharing all that good stuff, however you show your support, it lets me know you rock with the reaction content. Rock with the channel and rock with your boy. Without further ado, buckle up and let's get started. Alright, we here with some more nostalgia critic and his review on Tombstone. To this day, still one of my favorite movies. So I can't wait to get into this. And R.I.P to Val Kilmer. So you already know what basically he passed away, but I digress on that one. So we're here to honor his memory by watching a nostalgia critic review Tombstone. So here we go.
Oh, hey Heather, what are you up to?
Just got done streaming on Twitch. You?
Oh, I just got back from a screening at Tombstone.
You what?
Yeah, the local theater was jam-packed.
So you're telling me you saw Tombstone in a crowded theater with a ton of people crammed together?
Yep. God, Doc Holliday is so cool. I'm your Huckleberry.
Don't talk! Don't even breathe! Put your mask on, right now!
What?
Fool!
Why?
Fool! Don't you see? You saw Tombstone in a crowded building. My guess is it's already spreading.
What is? I'm your Huckleberry.
I'm your Huckleberry.
I'm your Huckleberry.
We're your Huckleberry.
Fadpressions. Fadpressions. A contagion as old as time itself. It often starts when a character or phrase becomes popular, and everyone wants to remind you it's popular.
Say when.
The strain was more than he could bear.
Wyatt, I am rolling.
But wait, Tombstone came out almost 30 years ago.
But a resurgence has made it popular again. People will think back to even more nostalgic properties they used to impersonate.
What? No.
No.
What?
Oh my God, it's getting worse.
Oh, hi, Walter.
Oh, hi, Tamara.
Oh, hi, Malcolm.
You're tearing me apart, Tamara! Yeah.
I know the thing.
Isn't there any way to stop it?
No.
Sadly, you just have to let it take its toll. There's a natural progression to this. Next is Austin Powers,
Yeah, baby, yeah!
Borat,
You sexy time is very nice.
Dark Knight,
Wanna know how I got these scars?
and of course,
Oh God, not that.
Tiger King.
I'm never gonna financially recover from this.
Ironically, I still have not seen Tiger King. And I refuse to. You can't make me. Lock the door!
Why does that always work? Say when. Plagued with production troubles and even coming out at the same time as another Wyatt Earp biopic, 1993's Tombstone defied all the bad press it was getting and turned into one of the most badass westerns ever made. Even people who aren't fans of westerns find themselves loving this movie because of how stylized, historical, and just downright cool the movie is. Starring pretty much everyone who was and will be a star in the 90s, I fell in love with it the first day I saw it, as I know a lot of people had. So we're gonna look at why so many folks quote the lines and suddenly become interested in Wyatt Earp's history after watching it. With that said,
Oh, by the way, there is reenactment telling the entire Wild R.I.P and his family and on Netflix, the entire thing. I do recommend y'all to go see it. It's literally just go watch it, man.
If you are interested in how historically accurate it is, you may want to check out History Buff's channel for that. It has a pretty great vid by a pretty great guy who loves this movie just as much as I do. And while we will tap on how historically accurate it is, the majority of this review is looking at the style and filmmaking. How did it overcome the odds to create a classic from a story that's been told time and time again? Let's take a closer look to find out. This is the sometimes too quotable, but too quotable for a reason, Tombstone. The film opens giving a pretty good insight of the time period. It's gonna sound weird, but this movie is really good at world building. Now, of course, this world did exist, so you'd think that'd make it easier, but in some respects it makes it harder. With all the story they have to get across, they can't make up that many elements to serve the pacing. So they have to get a lot across in attitudes and reactions.
Y'all killed 2 cowboys.
This intro's a perfect example. This specific shootout didn't happen, but it shows you that cowboys weren't just an expression for men with hats on horses or kids you promise your mom not to beat up on Halloween. They were a legit gang.
There was literally the definition of outlaws, in general. They were, like you said, the definition of a gang.
Spot a cowboy, they always wear those red sashes. Cowboys are good for business.
Later, though, it's explained that they're also good for business, as people flood to towns to get a glance at them wearing the red sashes, and usually praise similar to how we praise someone like, say, Al Capone. And almost all of that is gotten across in this small chunk of time. The way these characters treat each other is half the history already. Again, really look at the reactions of everybody in this movie. It really does tell half the story.
He's quoting the Bible.
Johnny Ringo, played by Michael Biehn, quotes the priest's last words that their days may soon be up.
And hell followed with him.
Hey, Ringo. Hello. Still with us? I'm eating his enchiladas. Cut to Wyatt Earp, played by Kurt Russell, meeting up with his brothers Morgan and Virgil, played by Bill Paxton and Sam Elliott.
Wait, look here. Don't talk, just...
Yeah, did I mention this film was a tad romanticized?
Yeah.
Don't believe me? Wait till you see Doc Holliday, played by Val Kilmer.
Nice.
He's an outlaw gambler and Wyatt Earp's friend who just loves quoting Latin poetry and sometimes Latin poetry.
An enchanted moment. And what a maiden, pure as the driven snow, I'm sure.
I've not yet begun to defile myself.
Vino veritas.
So here's the thing. If you want the more historically accurate version, watch Kevin Costner's Wyatt Earp. It's longer, more authentic, gives more detail, and spectacularly boring.
Yeah. Gah.
Riveting. Tombstone does play up their personalities, but still gets the essence of them down. It's the equivalent of Lord of the Rings the books versus Lord of the Rings the movies.
Yeah.
You know some things are simplified, but you also know it's necessary to make an interesting film while still capturing the core of what these people are about. On that note, as everybody has said, Val Kilmer's pretty badass in this.
Yes.
Does this mean we're not friends anymore?
He was pretty badass, friend too. Like legitimately. Like the character basically what Val Kilmer was playing, and basically he was literally a ride or die friend, Doc Holliday, like literally. Like I said, go check out the documentary on Netflix, please do.
I thought you weren't my friend. I just don't think I could bear it.
For every actor doing a silly voice or accent that laughably flops, there are those that surprisingly work, and this is one of them. Dude's so bad, he even takes on a Stallone. He's used to that from people who just saw Hudson Hawk.
Yeah.
I dig, too, that he's like, oh, well, I'm at it. Might as well rob the place.
Good evening, then.
Make no mistake, though, all the acting in this is first rate. Russell is a fantastic Wyatt Earp, walking both sides of wanting to be a family man and a terrifying voice of justice beautifully. I love how quickly he can go from smooth to psycho, and you believe both equally. Like when he arrives in Tombstone and throws out a violent dealer, played by Billy Bob Thornton, who's abusing his customers. And yes, not only did this really happen, but he did take the guy's job right after.
All right, man, go ahead. Go ahead, skin it. Skin that smoke wagon and see what happens.
That is a Blazing Saddles line, but he makes it sound like an Eastwood line.
I'm getting awful tired of your... I'm getting tired of your gas. Now jerk that pistol and go to work.
You keep my bedroom life out of this.
Yeah.
All right, youngster, out you go.
Now go start a band, that'll ruin your career. It gets even better when he tries to get revenge, but Doc Holliday stops him and he realizes who he's been messing with.
I didn't know you was back in town. How the hell are you?
Wyatt, I am rolling.
And other lines to keep the writers of Billions employed. As they catch up, this does lead to maybe the funniest scene in the movie, which is saying a lot.
Oh, Johnny, I apologize. I forgot you were there. You may go now.
Thank you.
It was an honor to get Will Smith by you, sir. How cool is Doc Holliday in this movie? Watch the number of times he doesn't flinch when everyone else does.
Few years and just as sophisticated.
And this isn't just to be badass. Doc had tuberculosis, so they played up the narrative that he didn't really care who he pissed off or if he took a bullet because he saw himself as on his way out anyway.
Yeah.
This is another example of history feeding fiction, not fiction feeding history. An acting troupe arrives, led by Billy Zane's wig, and an actress named Josephine, played by Dana Delaney.
Interesting little scene.
Note the lean silhouette, eyes closed by the sun, as sharp as a hawk.
You can be blasé about some things, Rose, but not about Tombstone.
Nice, Critic.
Drew put on a show where half the town shows up, including Curly Bill, played by Powers Booth, and Billy Breckenridge, played by Jason Priestley.
What do you think, Billy Neely?
I think he's wonderful.
And I gotta say, I love any movie that looks at an actor from 90210 and says, make him the geek.
Prettiest man I ever saw.
I think maybe this building will be more to your liking.
Set with me.
They perform Faust, where we see something you never see Dana Delaney do, dress up like a man and pretend to be an evil spirit.
Damn.
You may indeed, if you get lucky.
Oh, don't worry, I think this film was run through the same whiskey filter that those who were damned in the play were anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're wondering at home if there's something wrong with the film quality, this sadly does show some of the production problems. Well, it's hard to notice if you grew up with the film on VHS or DVD, or maybe even you're watching this on your phone. On Blu-ray, you'll pick up quickly many shots are out of focus, the lighting is inconsistent, some are drastically underlit, and the graininess on a big screen TV is about as clear as the film strip in the opening. Now, you could argue this is just a bad Blu-ray transfer, but when you look at how many scenes are out of focus and inconsistently lit, I don't think that's the only factor. Though it's amazing this film turned out as well as it did, you do see ironically how messy it can be when it's cleaned up. By the way, what the hell is Sam Elliott saying in this scene?
Maiden name is Sullivan. Maiden name is Sullivan.
Screw it, I'm putting on subtitles.
Maiden name is Sullivan.
Oh cool, that clears it up. No it doesn't. What the hell does that mean? Doc challenges Wyatt as a married man, saying that if Josephine walked in, he'd fall for her like a married man in a 90s rom-com, which, let's face it, they're drawing a lot of inspiration
Yeah.
from.
Sooner or later, you gotta grow up.
Something certainly does grow up when she walks in, asks him to dance, and he refuses. Well, that definitely shows he has no feelings for her.
I stand corrected, Wyatt. You're an oak.
In that you're a hard piece of wood no woman will be sitting on. When the Cowboys make sure Wyatt truly is retired as a lawman, Johnny, Ringo, and Doc get into a Latin off.
In vino veritas.
Agic what agis.
And how detailed is this film? Even when you translate what they're saying, you need another translation because they're Latin sayings, not English sayings. Now, I always just figured they were saying this.
Juventus Stultorum.
Wait. I have to read this. Your mom is so southern. She thought that Jen way down church was Jenny Craig. Oh, okay. All right.
Creda Judas.
Okay. Your mama so stupid. She thought she named you after a Rolling Stone. Oh man.
Hella non ego.
Also, how bad do you feel for Michael Biehn clearly working his ass off to do these amazing gun flips, only to be upstaged by Val Kilmer with a cup? And like that, every college dorm found their identity. Wyatt just happens to stumble across Josephine because, like I said, 90s rom-com, and they seem to hit it off.
This is fortuitous. That means lucky.
Yeah, I know what it means.
The woman explained to me I was the computer who wore tennis shoes. They go riding together, and Wyatt is fascinated by what a 90s free spirit she is.
What's your idea, Heaven?
Room service. I don't have time to be proper. I'm a woman. I like men.
So on the one hand, it is the 1800s.
Yeah.
And this kind of talking would be pretty inspiring and interesting from a woman at that time. But on the other hand, it is a 90s movie, and it does feel like Gary Marshall directed this scene.
Are you happy?
Are you happy?
No, I'm always happy. Unless I'm bored. What do you want out of life?
I go back and forth on it because these two are so charming, but yes, the idea of a woman adorably fighting social norms and the man confused yet intrigued is such an overused romantic trope at the time. Even Mask of the Phantasm, which came out the same year, had the same actress doing the exact same thing.
Oh, he laughs. Oh, he's laughing again.
They even got his wife Maddie being a stick in the mud. She has a terrible addiction to morphine that will ultimately claim her life, but that's not the big problem here. The problem is she doesn't want room service like Josephine.
Live on room service the rest of our lives.
Wyatt, what are you talking about?
Poor Wyatt.
There is a moment in the extended cut where they address the addiction, Wyatt's affair, and their relationship problems in what is the only deleted scene that should have been left in. Most of the others are pretty pointless and actually take away from the film's excellent pacing, but this is the only one that really shouldn't have gone.
You tell her she's nobody. She's just dirt.
Why did they take it out? That's weird. I mean, I do agree, and but I digress.
Will you do that?
Fear not, though. There's plenty of footage of Wyatt still thinking about room service. Housekeeping. Speaking of the film's pacing, just when you're saying I kinda want some gun shit right now, the film gives you some gun shit right now. Curly Bill gets high as a kite and starts causing a scene, shooting at anyone and anything. Somebody stop him! Well, not for possibly hurting someone, but for interrupting Val Kilmer giving Thomas Hayne Church another great line.
Steven Stinking Foster. This happens to be a nocturne. Which? Frederick fucking Chopin.
How music professors think they sound when they're teaching Chopin. He ends up killing the marshal and the town wants to hang him, but Wyatt says he should stand trial. And I love how quickly Stephen Lang turns Grand Theft Auto when a gun is taken out.
You don't step aside, we'll tear you apart.
I want to apologize.
You die first, get it?
He gets everyone to back down, but not before, god damn it, another best line in the movie from Doc Holliday.
You're so drunk, you're probably seeing double. I have 2 guns, 1 for each of you.
Okay, it's official. We know what the sequel to Sideways needs to look like.
Yeah, I do agree.
After Curly Bill is found innocent because there were no witnesses, Virgil and Morgan feel like they're making money off the poor people being abused in town and decide to become lawmen. First order of business, outlawing guns. We're in an American Western. I'm sure this will go down well.
All we're saying is you can't carry a gun in town.
A live feed from a Florida Walmart.
Yes.
Wyatt says they're making a big mistake and tensions rise as several cowboys arm themselves and tell everybody they're going to take the Earps out.
Wait till the liquor wears off. They'll lose interest.
Lose interest? Hell, they're threatening our lives.
And the lives of this window that's in front of us. Seriously, where'd that reflection come from? They decide to load up and unarm them, and I didn't think a shot alone could get me hard, but just call me an oak.
Come on, get home.
Goddamn kid.
I'm sure that kid will treat the next person he runs across better.
Little bastard shot me in the ass.
We're here to disarm you. Throw up your hands.
We ain't going back. We had a cool walk and everything.
Oh, not what I want.
The film not only captures the buildup of the shootout, but also the chaos of when it starts. It's for the most part.
But here's the thing: is one of they explain in the documentary that the shootout only lasted for about like 30 seconds. I mean, a 30-second shootout could feel like a very long time. And I guess when they were making this movie, they basically made it a long time shootout.
Pretty accurate, and there's too many awesome scenes to count. And again, 80% of them belong to Doc Holliday.
Nice.
I got you now, you son of a bitch.
You're a daisy if you do.
There better be at least 3 t-shirts for sale that say that. Oh,
There's more.
more. Life is good.
Yeah.
The fight is over, but the bloodshed isn't, as the Cowboys vow revenge.
Those men you killed were my friends.
Wyatt says what everyone told Trump when he thought his United Nations speech went great.
All they ever did was laugh at him.
But a drunk Johnny Ringo is on the prowl.
What do you want, Ringo?
I want your blood.
My blood, I gave at the office.
Don't any of you have the guts to fight for blood?
I'm your Huckleberry.
The coolest line everybody quotes, and only like 5 people know what it means.
Make it 6. I know what it means.
Oh, hell no, I'm not looking it up.
Yeah, of course. I'm not
sure
looking
they're
up
going to
either.
get their revenge another night. Josephine is given a tip-off of this happening and tries to warn their wives.
I think something's gonna happen tonight.
Anyway, you were saying something terrible was going to happen tonight?
I'll be one of those nights.
I'll give my left arm to avoid a night like this. Well, careful of the wishing and such.
Damn!
I'm afraid your husband's going to lose the use of his arm.
Good deal.
Morgan, wait a minute! This leads to the only part of the movie I legit don't like. Morgan is so angry he runs out into the street screaming and yelling, straight into playing pool. Now, don't get me wrong, Morgan was shot while playing pool, but it's not like time is passing here. After he leaves, Wyatt is kicked out, he talks to the Cowboys, and immediately after he's shot. That means within a minute he has to leave the place fueling with anger and go straight into playing pool again. It makes no sense.
Good deal.
Morgan, wait a minute! Oh, wait, I forgot I had an amazing shot! News spreads of the shootings going on, and some of the Cowboys, led by Michael Rooker, are fed up with their ways.
Brothers to the bone, right, McMasters?
Not after this night.
I am Mary Poppins, no more.
Nice.
Like I mentioned before, Morgan is shot and sadly killed as Wyatt tries to comfort him in his final moments.
Remember what I said about seeing a light when you're dying? It ain't true. I can't see a damn thing.
I refuse to believe there's no afterlife for Wyatt's brother. Wyatt cries in the rain at IMDb. It's a tad more clever than it sounds.
Yeah.
Wyatt cries in the rain after losing his sibling, and if you think the rain not covering the town is another production issue, you'd be wrong. There's simply one lone rain cloud over Wyatt.
Yeah.
They decide to leave, letting Curly Bill know there won't be any more trouble from them.
I want you to know it's over.
Well. Bye.
Years of amazing performances, and that one meme is probably what he'll be remembered for most.
Yes.
Ike tries to finish him off, but Wyatt gets the drop on and says it's open season on all suck cow heads. I should have thought this out.
Yeah.
The Cowboys are finished, you understand me? I see a red sash, I kill a man wearing it.
I know this is an awesome scene, but honestly, I'm just thinking how cool his posse would look on the cover of a band album.
For the Huckleberry.
You tell 'em I'm coming! And hell's coming with me, you hear? Hell's coming with me!
Even though my brother told me there isn't a heaven and hell, that was kind of a bummer, but I'm an even bigger bummer! Wyatt goes on a killing spree, taking out the Cowboys wherever he finds them, even through comedic circumstances. We have fun here, Die.
How the hell are you?
They meet up with Curly Bill, who's got them surrounded, and even though it's pretty amazing he really did walk out in the open and took Curly out, this is one of the few scenes where the romanticism does get a little too corny.
No, son of a bitch, no!
For as awesome as he is in this performance, something about this scene just makes me think of Al Borland trying to act tough.
Yes.
No!
I get flashbacks of Lucas telling James Earl Jones, no, really, this is gonna sound epic.
No!
He takes out the rest of... Wait, one more. Principal Skinner.
No!
I should have left it with Vader. Anyway, he takes out the rest of the Cowboys, but Doc's tuberculosis seems to be getting worse.
Sorry to be in bed. What the hell are you doing this for anyway?
Wide Up is my friend.
Hell, I got lots of friends.
I don't.
I drunkenly shot them all. Speaking of which, Jesus, I didn't think his acting was that bad.
Damn.
He cursed them for cowards and they shot him.
Hey, she's not happy anymore. She must be bored.
I just know it's ugly. You're all ugly. And he was beautiful.
I am so sick of women telling us that whenever Billy Zane is in the same room as other men.
Yeah.
Not get so sick, they have to find a place to hold up.
This is Hooker's Ranch? That's right, and I'm Hooker.
Whoa, we really got the wrong idea about this place. Ringo gets McMasters and kills him off. It's okay, Michael Rooker. Michael Biehn is the only actor in this to die more than you. And he challenges Wyatt to a fight.
I spent my whole life not knowing what I wanted out of life. Now for the first time I know exactly what I want.
It's you, Doc.
Oh, God.
By the way, Charlton Heston's in this. It's not as much attention as the movie gives him, but God help you if he's not mentioned in the trailer.
Sam Elliott and Charlton Heston.
Like 2 minutes.
And Doc decides to fight off Ringo in place of Wyatt.
Fight's not with you, Holiday.
Play for blood, remember?
I was just fooling about.
I wasn't.
As I'm sure many of you are aware, this never happened and nobody is sure who killed Ringo. That has an ending to the film, and even pretty badass fan fiction. I still dig it.
Say when.
He takes Ringo out, spares Wyatt a bullet, and they finish off their killing spree. They part ways, saying goodbye on his deathbed, which again is probably false as they drifted apart near the end and no reports say Wyatt was there when he died. But dude, cinematically, this is one of the best friendships I've seen on screen.
Thanks for always being there, Doc. I must not cry. You cannot make me cry.
He sees he didn't die with his boots on, always figuring a bullet would get him in the end, and acknowledges the irony.
I'll be damned. This is funny.
And Morgan was wrong. There's a light when you die, and everything looks like the end of Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. Oh, no. Wyatt finds Josephine, they reconcile, they live happily ever after... ish. But Jesus, again, I don't care about reality. This is the ending this movie deserves. It's even the end credits this movie deserves. Yeah, I know there's milking a cow, and then there's milking it, buying it, chopping it up, and serving it as hamburger, but goddamn...
This is a tasty burger.
And that was Tombstone. Like I said, romanticized, but God, it's just the epitome of cool.
Definitely.
This is the movie that got me to look up more westerns, including other stories about Wyatt Earp. I didn't get into the genre when I was younger, but this film showed me just how awesome they could be. And I was doubly amazed not only that this was a true story, but how close a lot of it was. Again, not the most authentic, but this film fabricates the amount I would expect a film like this to fabricate. It makes you want to look up more about the history, and when you do, you're more fascinated than disappointed by the differences. The chemistry everyone has in this movie is phenomenal. These people are so easy to understand and connect with, and the world so quick to grasp onto. I know technically there's a lot of better westerns out there, but this is such a good one for people who say they don't get into westerns, or even history. It's so good at keeping your attention and letting you breathe in this world, and with these characters. There's a reason so many people quote, reference, and rewatch this movie over and over. And if anyone is ever down for putting it on for the millionth time, say when. Now, speaking of
that, I probably wouldn't mind doing like a Tombstone movie night someday. When I do make a Patreon, I'll definitely do that.
I should probably see if things have calmed down.
No.
Hi, Critic.
Oh, guess it's run its course.
Looks like it.
Man, that's lucky.
What?
Oh, just I never caught any of the fat pressions. But don't you know? You're the nostalgia critic.
You're the fat pression.
So, you've always been the Fad Prussians.
I was just kidding. Critic, run! I mean, they have a point. You are. He looks terrified. Doug looks terrified. Fair Pression Ball 22. Yeah, Doug looks terrified.
Well. Bye.
Doug looks terrified. I enjoyed this review, and no, I feel like watching Tombstone, but I'll deal with that when, when I'm basically relaxing for the day. So y'all like any other content, please Like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Awesome. I will leave the original link to this video down below so watch it uninterrupted. Until next time, please take care of yourself. Stay hydrated, stay safe, stay warm. Peace out.
Little questions is everything they know about.